These are the largest cars ever made in history. No joke, they're the biggest of the big cars from the entire world. And we'll even show you the special things that these big cars can do, like sailing, having a whole house inside of it, and, of course, saving you from any explosion. But we gotta start with this one. This giant car can sail on water. It's about 20 feet long and about 8 feet in height. Even its tires are about 40 inches in diameter. Trust me on this, it's more than enough. But of course, the most impressive thing about this car is that it has custom propellers, which can make water look like it's big. Now that's cool. But what's even bigger and better than that is this car right here. This car is way bigger than I thought it was. Makes sense, because this beast can save you from any attack. It's an ultra-luxurious SUV, fully handcrafted and a fully armored vehicle. It's about 19 feet in length and 8.5 feet in height. Along with being fully armored, this car is full of luxurious amenities as well, like leather seats, Brazilian wood, and even a retractable TV. Damn! There are only 100 of these in the world, so buy one soon. And then invite me, of course. Later, we'll show a car so big that it has a whole house inside of it. But first, you gotta check out this car. This 22-foot long and 10-foot high beast is big enough to carry you, your family, and your entire neighborhood as well. But what's even more interesting is that this car is also bomb-proof. So yeah, if you have this, for sure, nobody's gonna mess with you. But since we're not going to a war anytime soon, let's have a little fun, shall we? This giant car is what I call a party car. It's about 40 feet in length, and both its width and height are around 8 feet. It can fit about 26 people, filled with massive sofas, surround sound, and, of course, a minibar. Nice. There's even a Batman-themed version of this car. So yeah, in case you were wondering how this car can be even cooler, I'm Batman. Yep. Now, the crazy part is that the cars are only gonna get bigger and bigger from here. So in case you're still not feeling it, check this out. I feel this is the coolest car in this video. This crazy beast is a 4x4 off-roading vehicle built especially for extreme off-roading conditions. It's about 13 feet long and about 10 feet in height. The Sherp can carry up to 9 people and take them anywhere you want to go. I mean that literally. Take them to rivers, forest, desert, and of course, normal roads as well. So why drive a normal SUV when you can take this to dinner? I mean, look at its tires. Damn! You really think anybody's gonna mess with you when you drive this? Oh, hell no! But in case someone's still stupid enough to mess with you, they won't when you pull up in this. This giant beast is what you need right now. This is the Storm MPV, a one-of-its-kind, all-terrain, high-performance vehicle. It can go about 70 miles an hour on land and about 15 miles an hour in water. Yeah, it sails on water too, duh. It can even be equipped with some tactical equipment as well. This 20-foot-long and 9-foot-tall behemoth can take up to 10 people at a time, so plenty of space. I mean, it looks like a mini tank, guys. I don't know what else to tell you. This is the Dodge Power Wagon. This giant beast is 64 times the size of the original vehicle. There's a whole mansion inside this car. There's bedrooms, kitchen, bathrooms, and even a lounge area inside it. All of that inside that car. That's crazy. It's owned by the Sheikh of Abu Dhabi, who's also famously known as the Rainbow Sheikh. He got his name as he bought 7 brand new Mercedes 500 SEL cars and got them painted in the colors of a rainbow. Huh, now that's creative. Go big or go home is what the Sheikh said when asked about this power wagon. So I guess that should give you the reason why he got it built. Oh yeah, and one more thing, this car moves. It has a driver's seat and an engine equipped as well, thus can drive, at least for small distances. I love when people spend their money interestingly, and that's a pretty creative way to do it. But you know what else was creative? This big car. Now sure, you might say that this is not a car, it's a truck. Well, technically, it's considered as the world's largest limousine. And let me tell you, it's unbelievable. It's 70 feet long, 4 times longer than a stretch limo, and twice as tall as 2 SUVs put together. It can carry about 40 passengers, obviously. I mean, look at the size of this thing. It's the brainchild of Pamela and Michael Machado. Now, what's interesting is they never started with building this in mind, but I guess ultimately they made the right choice. It took 7 years to build, and 90% of it was built in-house by a team of only 5 people. And yeah, it was expensive. It cost about $2.5 million to build. It's got 22 wheels and 300 gallons of fuel capacity. To give you a comparison, a normal car usually only has about 20 gallons fuel capacity. So yeah, this giant can take you places. But guys, you know what the craziest thing about this vehicle is? Its interior. The Midnight Rider is both luxurious and comfortable. It has a full-size bar, 3 air ride seats, and 3 lounges inside. It's so big that it even has an interior phone system, in case you want to call the bar and tell them to bring you something to drink. You really thought you're gonna get up and go get the drink yourself? No. Couple years ago, it cost $1,000 an hour to rent it. Can't even imagine what it must cost now. What do you think it costs? Comment below. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. You may already know about this car, but I bet you don't know everything I'm about to tell you about it. This is the world's longest limousine in history. It's about 100 feet long, like the size of a blue whale. It has 24 wheels and can seat about 75 people at a time. It has a helipad, you know, if you want to land your helicopter, a putting green, and even a jacuzzi. Now that's life, people. But what's even more interesting is how this limo was built. The owner, Michael Manning, started to restore this with his students at the Technical Teaching Museum, but unfortunately, he ran out of money to support the project. But then, in 2019, a real estate developer with an enormous car collection bought it and came up with a plan to pay Manning and his students to complete the restoration process. But there was one objective. The restored car will then be displayed thousands of miles away in Florida. Imagine this car on the road driving cross-country. That must be some sight to see. There was even a talk to convert this into an electric vehicle, so watch out, Tesla. But another thing that's interesting, and my favorite, is that they were even thinking of extending it. I know, right? It's not long enough, folks. But now, out of all the cars shown earlier in this video, here's the largest car you'll ever see. Well, can we even say it's a car? This is the Lark LX Megacar. It's 62 feet long, 26 feet wide, and about 20 feet high. So yeah, it's big. It weighs about 110 tons. Its tires, 9 feet tall, and each of those is powered by its own 6-cylinder engine. Let me say that again. Each tire has its own engine.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the GOAT!
It can carry about 200 people at once. Now that's cool. But even after all that, the most interesting thing about it is why it was made. The Lark LX was used to transport tracked vehicles, including beach preparation equipment and general cargo from ship to shore or to inland transfer points. It can also transport 40-foot shipping containers, which could be landed from the Lark either by crane, straddle carriers, or rollers. It was the only amphibious vehicle in the US capable of landing on a beach through surf. But since it's now basically ancient, the last Lark LX vehicles were retired from service in 2001. However, a few still remain active, performing specialty roles, including 2 operating out of Montrose and Tappahannock in Virginia in the US. Man, imagine you see this going through your street. Comment below what will be your first reaction to seeing it.